I'm so sick of these Fridays doing this to me. I swear I'll be like ready to go, and then I'll be telling myself that I'm ready to go, and then Wednesday hit, and I'll be in here watching movies and eating Popeyes or whatever I'm eating. Shout out to Popeyes. It's usually Mr. Submarine or Wingstop, but I just figured to say Popeyes because that's what black people like. Whew. Either way, man, we here. I know y'all used to me being late, but whatever. That's not the case this week. I'm talking about I'm so on time, I'm not even wearing my own gear. Shout out to my son, my oldest boy. He goes to Benedictine, so I'm going to rock the Benedictine today. Show some love to the War Eagles, the Flying Eagles, or whatever kind of Eagles day is. Either way, man, it's Friday. I just want to talk. I have a treat for you. Way from Atlanta by way of Illinois, we have Miss Camille in the building. Miss Camille, don't wave. They can't see you yet. We have this issue with every woman that comes in the building. They just be ready to wait. Hey, y'all. Hey. No, sis, they can't see you, G. Go ahead, put your hands down. Either way, man, last week I felt like I had a fire show with no hat, so I'm going back-to-back weeks with no hats. I didn't get a haircut this week, but you can't see it because I get my hair cut so low you can never tell the difference anyway. Either way, man, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you all are here. Y'all know what to do. Man, start them joints, start them watch parties, start them shares. If you in here and you looking at this, you listening to us, it will be one of the greatest shows ever. Why? Because Dennis has on the outfit that I need, and I don't own it. I have a pair of shoes that matches his outfit, and I'm pissed off because I just can't take it. Either way, man, we got Miss Camille in the building, and of course, I got my brother DP. Like I said, man, if you in here, go ahead and share it. If you in here on YouTube, press that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. All week long, I'm dropping reels, I'm dropping shorts, I'm dropping videos, I'm posting content, man. So if you want to keep up on what we're doing over here at I Just Want to Talk, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be sure to rock that notification bell. DP, what's going on? How you feeling?
Man, I'm glad to be home. I see they know you from, they said they know where you work and everything, it looked like.
Man, it was not Staples. It was
Hey, no. That's my homegirl from Staples. Michelle, what's up? I met her, bro. And it was organic, and we had a great conversation. And she was like, I'm going to turn on my notification bell. Michelle.
I'm thinking they done pulled up my job history from 2010. I said it was Office Max. It was not Staples.
Michelle, check this out, man. Find a way to get to me. My name is Dontalion Jimerson on YouTube. It's on Facebook and Instagram. Jump in my inbox, DONTALYON. Jesus, my name is long. JIMERSON. I want to get you a hoodie because you just rock, bro. And I had one on the day that I saw you, but I didn't have one for you. So definitely reach out to me. Let me get you a hoodie because you showing love. Miss Camille, how are you?
I am great.
How was everything? How was life?
Life is good. I'm happy to be here. I'm so excited. I haven't been on camera in like some years, so I appreciate the invite, and I'm ready to talk.
She's definitely ready to talk, and you definitely in the right space for it. So listen, speaking of talking, when we was on the phone, you should have told me that you were so short that you could see your feet on your driver's license.
Man.
If we could have had this conversation off the top, man, you are small. Do people know how small Lady E is?
I really don't think so, because I'm up here. Come on, don't fall down.
Like,
don't fall down.
She has to keep adjusting on the couch. I said, yeah, no, everybody. It's a firm couch. Everybody is usually good. Yeah, no, for some strange reason, her feet are swinging, and she has on heels. The camera can't drop no lower than that, man. It's the weirdest thing in the world. I don't want her to think that I'm bashing her, but y'all,
hey,
she
my
is
conversation tall, though.
She tall on pictures.
My conversation tall.
Don't
short me.
Don't short me. She's tall on pictures. That's all that matters. As long as you tall on pictures, hey, man, you in a good space. Either way, man, you rocking with the best. DP and DA, this is I Just Want to Talk. Man, we just going to jump right into it, man. All week long, I've been preparing for this because this is one of those conversations that I believe can go far if everybody tells the truth. So we'll kick it off like this. Our love language is real, and should people's relationships be based upon them? Crazy. Love languages. This is the conversation that's new and true to the world. Me and my brother, we was just having this conversation the other day. These are words. There are certain words that everybody's using now. accountability, narcissistic. Now, this is one thing that you're hearing a lot of about love languages. Miss Camille, you being the honorary guest, can you tell us what you think about love languages, and should people's relationships be based upon love languages?
I think they're real.
Uh-oh, Miss Camille says she think love languages is real. We
You know
finna
what?
fight.
Man, I'm sorry. I think they're real. Kind of like how people go and teeter-totter with zodiacs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's real. And because I'll say maybe 10 years ago, I looked it up online because, of course, people ask, what's your love language? What's that?
Right.
So I did a quiz. That's how I figured out what it
Same.
was.
I did the
And
quiz.
The quiz told me.
Shout out to my wife.
Words of affirmation. And I was like, okay, is this really real? So I had to evaluate myself. It's like, yeah, that's kind of true. But I think it's real because when you think of it's 5 of them.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, you got gifts, acts of service. You got words of affirmation. You got physical touch.
Yes.
What's the other one I'm missing, y'all?
Quality time.
Quality time.
And
As
spending
you can see,
quality
that ain't
time.
mine.
Yeah, no, she like, what's that one? Well, we know that ain't
I
your
don't care
one.
if you see me. No. So when I got to, I was like, you know what? When it comes down to it, just based off what I've been through,
Yeah.
kind of fit like past relationships, even friendships, because it's not just all about relationships, as in love. It could be friendships, and they all kind of fit in. It's like it's some friends that prefer this over this, and I feel like it's important and it's real because you can't come into something cocky thinking that you know the best way to per se love somebody, because it might be the total opposite of what they want. So I think it's real.
Okay, I like it. I like it. That's clean. It's clean.
Yeah.
DP, what you got?
You want it?
I want it. I want your take.
I want you to go ahead and do what you got to do.
Okay, so for me personally, the only reason why I believe in love languages is because my wife made me. And anybody knows if you got a wife out there, you know, if your wife tell you this is what we doing, just be dressed and ready to do it when she say you doing it. That way you will save yourself a lot of trouble. Do I believe love languages are real? I don't know enough to say that they are, but I don't know enough to say that they are not. I do know personally, and I want to kind of scale back a little bit. I want to save a little bit on what I want to say. I do know personally, I only know how to be me. I only know how to love how I know how to love. I can't tell somebody else how to love me. I'm going to tell you what to do with your love. It ain't mine, it's yours. So that said, I don't want to say that they are. I don't want to say that they're not, but I don't think relationships should be based upon them, because how can I tell you how to love me if I possibly don't know how to love me? DP, where you at? Ooh, I just hit him in the gut.
No.
Just stuffed him right in the gut. He don't know what to do. Hey, y'all, listen. In case y'all don't know what's going on here, me and DP battle every week. I'm going to already put this bag. I'm going to put this win in the bag. I'm putting this win in the bag because I got it. No.
First
and foremost.
And I hate to just jump right off the topic, right out the gate, but if you don't know how to love you, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Facts.
But our love language is real. I would say, yeah. It's
okay.
Like, is there something else that you could throw in there? Sure. But is that a solid template of one of these 5 things kind of get you going? Sure. I'd say, yeah.
I like that.
Should your relationship be based on them? It's just a template. Like if I'm putting my resume together, I don't have to use exactly what this is.
Yeah.
But it's a good starting point for me.
Okay.
One of the biggest things, DA gonna feel like I stole it from him, but we discussed this and kind of came up with it together.
We came up with it together.
The way that I receive love is totally different from the way that I give it a lot of times.
Big fact.
So I can have 2 love languages because what I have to do to give it to you isn't what I have to do to receive it.
Okay.
And then, like, you make the statement, and this is where our argument is going to kick up.
I believe so.
You always make the statement that I can't tell somebody, you can't tell me how to love you. I think you can. And I think if you don't, the relationship's going to fail.
Okay.
You have to, because one of the things that I learned, like, in all relationships, with my children, my mom, my father, my friends, everybody.
Yeah.
If I'm not loving you the way that you need to be loved, I'm not loving you. It don't even matter. What
Right.
I'm doing doesn't matter if it's not what you want.
Okay.
You'll never feel fulfilled if I'm only giving you what I think is enough, because you don't value the same things I value.
That's true. Can't take it away from you. Destiny Almond jumped in. She said, love languages are real. Hers is touching. So before I really just kind of start to jump into the comments and give the people, a dissertation of what this really is, man. The reason why I say what I say, because remember, I actually started speaking about this last week or this week, Tuesday, on the Tuesday night recap. And one of the things somebody jumped in the comments and said is like, if I tell you, Miss Camille, what my love language is, then you can manipulate me. So
That makes sense.
I said yes to that too.
can't I manipulate you by telling you an off love language because that's how I just want to receive things?
Why would you want me to love you wrong?
Exactly.
But it's not a wrong way to love me.
It is.
Technically not, because what if I just want you to buy me shit? I'm just
No.
like, what if I just want you to buy me shit? Like seriously, I'm saying it in a joking
goal
manner.
isn't love in that case.
Okay, then
Right.
so then going back to the conversation as it was had, if you know how to love somebody, then you can manipulate them. Then technically, that manipulation isn't love either. So then, would that make a love language real? Am I saying that to where it can hit home?
That
No, I
makes
see
sense.
what you're
You want to
saying.
tackle that first before I knock it out the park?
No, I'm seeing both sides of that.
Yeah,
That makes sense for it to not be real because it's manipulation.
Yeah.
But why would you do that? Why would you do that to somebody?
Well, it was a question. It was a question that somebody asked in the comments.
Right.
Like, if I know your love language, then can I use it to manipulate you? And that's real. 100%, you can.
Yeah, you can trick somebody into thinking that you just know how to treat them, and you don't, because you know what they're like. It's like the cheat code.
It's like the
Exactly.
cheat code.
And I always tell women, you never tell a man what you want out of him, because I'll conform to what you want until I get what I want. So if a relationship and marriage and all this stuff that you want isn't what I want, I'll conform long enough for what I want, and I'm out.
Isn't that what men do anyway?
It is. So that's why you have to be careful with what kind of information you give up. So like you said, so that's a part of it. If you tell me what your love language is, if you want to be touched, I'm going to touch you a lot. This might not be my thing. If it's gifts, I might gift you a lot.
Right.
This might not be my
Might not
thing.
be
Like,
my
man,
thing,
I only
right.
got $30. You know, these Starbucks cards getting the best of me.
Man.
But I got to do this for right now because,
Them $10 drinks.
yeah, look, shoot, I
Them $10 drinks be hefty.
make $14.35, girl. You getting the best of me. I can't be.
And Destiny said you the GOAT.
I mean, I gotta write some of this down. I was like, they do that?
Like, but seriously,
Yeah,
so
no, for
so
real.
like in a lot of situations when we talking about men and women, I tell women when a man starts to show you who he really is, believe him, because he's going to give you everything that he thinks you want to see in the beginning. Initially, that's just what happens. What Tommy Strong was saying, GTD got the draws, and once they get the draws, now the switch up happens. So now if you're a woman and you're going into the situation, I hate to sound as if I'm doing the Derek Jackson thing, but if you're a woman and you're in this situation and you can hear him out and you like, oh, wait a minute. We had sex and now he changed up. Then that's what, you know what I'm saying? He was playing the manipulation game. So you always have to be counterintuitive of men. Somebody get this guy something that starts with a D and has a bunch of words in it. You know, you guys are counterintuitive when it comes to that because I always want to get what I want. And I would almost hope that most women want to get what they want out of any situation. So you just kind of have to be careful of it. Going into the second question, that was kind of like is there a difference between how you give love and receive it? And can you change your love language? So you spoke to that. Let me hit this one first because I don't think I have a valid point in this. I just want to get this across. Obviously, there's a difference if there is a such thing as a love language on how you give love and how you receive it. And the reason why I made one of the questions is because, like, man, bro, like I could not like for people to touch me. So then when I'm trying to give love back to you, if I don't like to be touched, why would I want to touch you? But if that's your love language, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? Like, you got to understand that I'm a real person. Like, please don't touch me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm weird in that way. And then the second part to that question is, can you change your love language? This is why I say I'm on the fence with it, bro. Because if I'm one way, how can I say I want to be this other way just so I can fit this person or this person's needs? That's a little weird to me. What you got, Miss Camille?
More so on the last thing you said is can you change it?
Yeah.
And we're always growing. So when I first took that quiz 10, 12 years ago,
Ooh,
it's
that's
definitely
deep.
not the same.
That's deep.
as
I like it.
what I want now. And if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, whether it's good or bad, we are constantly changing. So I think it's rare that you're going to have the same love language
Yeah.
over a long extended time, because for me, back then it was like, oh, it's, words of affirmation. But when I went through some stuff, it was like, man, acts of service, acts of kindness would help me out here. That would really show me some love right now. So I do think it changed. I think everybody changes through time and stuff change. So it's not no fixed thing. It's a language, but it ain't gonna be, that fluid language.
There's a bunch of different dialects to language, so I guess that makes sense. Look at Miss Camille. She showed up to show out today. Hey, hold on, wait a minute. Just so you know, Miss Camille, this is my goddamn podcast. You don't come up in here with all of these good points, serving all your good points up, smiling with your goddamn green nails on. I'm sick of this already. Get her, DP. DP, get her. Skip it. We going against her now. She against the grain. Coming up in here dropping all these good ass points.
I'm fighting to the ground.
Man.
I'm already there.
DP, what you got? Is there a difference between how you give and receive love, and can you change your love language?
I think you can change how you give it.
Okay.
Because what they need is different than what the last person needed.
Okay.
I don't know if you can change how you receive it, because you should consistently be you. I mean, you grow, but for the most part, you're going to be you. But I mean, I guess if I grow, I guess you could change both of them. I guess you could change both.
Yeah.
Especially giving.
Yeah.
Giving is always going to change, because what I need to make you happy may not be the same thing I need to make her happy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change it. The giving is always going to change.
The giving is always going to change.
It depends on how far you growing.
Right.
Or once you learning yourself.
Yeah.
Because like she said, what she needed at 20 ain't the same thing at 30.
It won't be the same thing at 30.
So,
but I mean, let's go here, because I just always kind of want to play devil's advocate. Do we put too much into growing though as a person in life? Is that something that we just always use to get a point across, or to make the conversation go a little bit longer? Because obviously we're all, you know what I mean? You can learn something today that you didn't know yesterday. So you could consider that growing. You can experience something today that you didn't experience 20 years ago. Obviously, it's a 10-year span. So in this regard, is love ever growing? How can you? That's where that part gets a little helter-skelter for me. Because then if that's the case, from relationship to relationship, of course I'm growing. But not really, because there was a question that popped up on Facebook today, something about, moving on and matter of fact, I don't want to call this wrong. James Avery on the Intellectual Stew podcast, he talked about, when you move on, do you leave the past in the past, or do you bring that along with you so you never know, or so you'll always know what to expect in this certain situation when you see something? So if I dealt with a bad individual in the relationship, do I carry this with me and say, "Ooh, this is what this looks like. I'm not dealing with you," or do I say, "You know what? Everybody's not going to be that. Ball it up and throw it out." So what I'm saying is, if every relationship, or you don't want to keep saying every relationship, hopefully people don't be in that many, you know what I'm saying? But if you're growing in these relationships, is your love language ever changing after every situation? Yeah.
I like it.
Let that sit on you. That's a question. That wasn't rhetorical. Does it change? Okay, boom, I'm in this relationship for 5 years. That didn't work. Let me change my love language to see if it works over here. Oh, I've been in this relationship. Let me see if it works. Because like Miss King just said, she was like, you can change your love language, but to a certain extent. And that's where that just kind of popped up in my mind, because who's to say you're going to stay in the same relationship? You don't know that. And the way we've been brought up, we've had a few relationships growing up. You've had maybe 1 or 2 in your 20s, 2 or 3 in your 30s, and then you start to taper off the older you get. So, well, you would hope so. You would hope that people start to taper off.
When I hit 40, I need about. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and dig that hole, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk off and leave you there, throw you the rope. Hey, but hey, man, get out if you can. But that's what I'm saying. So, is it a situation where you can possibly change it, or would that be damaging to you to keep? You know what? This one didn't work, so now let me try this one. Oh, that one didn't work, so now let me try that one. Is that something that people possibly want to do?
I like it, bro. I think my love language is set not just toward a relationship, it's towards everybody that I want to love me.
Okay.
So when it changed, it was for everybody. Like, it was like different stages of life that I was in, and I would have a change, and I wanted people to do this.
Okay.
Like, I can use an example. So, like,
I like how you just dug in it. I can use it. I got one on tap.
So, like, my set to standard is probably words.
Okay. Words of affirmation. Okay.
Big on words. But after being a giver for so long, I switched and I wanted people to give to me. Like, because I was so used to being the giver. So now it's like, no, in order to be around me, you got to give me something.
Okay.
And that's not my real, that's not really what I want. But for this time period, what you give me is more important than your words, anything. Like, and that's not just in a romantic situation.
I just had a thought.
That's for everybody. No,
Okay.
give to me.
Okay.
Like I give to you.
But I mean, it's almost, I would go so far as to say that's almost in the same realm, because you like to receive words of affirmation. So just because you've been giving, now you like, hold on. Like,
No,
I want to.
but I meant material when I said I want you
Okay.
to give to me now.
Okay. I see.
Like,
what
I
you're saying.
want you to give me, I want you to make a sacrifice for me. Whether
Okay.
it be, and it was actually monetary. I meant it in a monetary
If it comes
way.
out that Dennis Pittman is a part of the Illuminati talking about sacrifice, the words, thoughts, and comments of Dennis Pittman do not reflect those of the I Just Want to Talk podcast. Okay, now that we got that disclaimer out the way, yeah, no, that makes sense. So then, would you accuse that on growth? Would you blame growth for that, or is it just, you know what? I've been in this lane for so long. I want to move over into the other lane.
I think it was growth. I think I looked around my circle and I wanted them to grow with me. So if you can't ever do these things that I need of you, I don't want you around. If I call you and I'm making this up.
I was going to say, don't call me, especially if
if
it's
I
about anything
call-
like money.
And I say, hey, I need you to run $500 down here to such and such for me until I get back.
Yeah.
And you could never do it. I don't want to be around you no more, because what is this relationship doing for me?
So it's more take than give then.
Facts.
On your behalf.
Facts. I'm
'cause
doing
you're-
more of the So it's not equal. And then you just look around sometimes and you want your circle to be growing in the same fashion that you're growing in.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then it's like, well, it's time for me to shake y'all. You're not supposed to ever be the biggest fish in a small pond forever. Like, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. Like, it's time for me to move around.
Yeah. That makes sense. I'm okay with it. What you think, Miss Camille?
I raised a question then. So when you said you had to switch it up, was it because you were giving, and it was no appreciation, or they weren't doing anything, for you, and you changed it because it was bad, or it was just like, I think I need something more? Was it a tit for tat thing, or was it, I need to switch this up because I think I'm over this, or was it because somebody put you in that realm where you wanted to get more from somebody?
I felt like it just wasn't an equal exchange. You know how, like, they'll tell you, like, in a church, you need to be evenly yoked before you.
Somebody said that today.
I didn't feel like these relationships were even. These relationships don't benefit me at all. But of course, you love me to death.
Because I'm the
doing everything for you.
beneficiary.
Yeah, you're getting everything from me. You guys are draining me.
The benefactor. I'm sorry, I said beneficiary.
I was with you.
Yeah.
But once you got to get refilled somewhere, and you should get that from the same people that you pour into. So it's like,
I was gonna start singing that song, Refill.
Please don't.
Cause it was gonna sound bad. It was gonna be it was gonna be real bad, man. But you know, I'll be trying to be on tap. Yeah, no, that's thanks, big bro. I appreciate you.
Do you know what your love language is?
Yes.
What is it?
Words of affirmation.
Has it ever changed?
Not really. I say I have a sub
What's
because
the
I
sub?
had a life event that happened would be the acts of service.
So was it kind of like you got tired of giving and you was like, no, do for me?
No, I just went through something, and I would appreciate more so the acts of kindness over the words of affirmation. Because the words was cool, but I
Don't
needed
tell me it's gonna be okay. Help me.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I want your words
But
to match your actions, goddamn.
Right, but it wasn't based off the person. It was just what I was going through. So
no,
that's
that's
why
what's up.
it
That's clean.
switched up. But it wasn't because of the person, no.
That's super clean.
Do you know what your love language is, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, I know
I
you
like for
kinda
people to buy me shit. I mean, acts of service. You know?
Has it ever switched?
No. I want you to keep. So just in case you're listening, Pint. Soon
Do
as
you
you
have
start-
one? Do you have like one that you give? What are you as a giver?
Well, see, that's like my thing, bro, because how does that work? Like, hold on, wait, let me make sure that's not the other joint before I jump into that, because I think it kind of varies. Okay, so yeah, let me just read this because it goes into that. The way we were raised directly affects your love language, who you are in relationships, and how you love. And I think that's a very real thing, bro. Because let me give you the example that I gave. I think me and Pint was talking about this. My mom wasn't a hugger when I was growing up, but that's not to say that it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. It's just the way she was raised. My mother taught her children how to hustle. And we are all grateful for learning that hustle, because if you look at my mother's children, even though I keep dropping this ball, I'll pick it up and dribble it up court and dunk it every opportunity that I get. Like, we're all married. Every last one of us are married. My mom was like, okay, hustle, find somebody to mooch off of and then put a ring on their finger and stay with them forever. Obviously, that's not the truth. But that hustle is in you, you know what I'm saying, to have more, to want more, to be a part of something. So the fact that I was not raised in a coddled situation, and I don't want to use the word coddled because I don't want anybody to think that I'm calling them spoiled, but I wasn't raised in that situation. So I don't really truly know how to give that love. Somebody might say, well, it should be easy if they want to just be hugged on and touched on. And it's just like, well, bro, what if I don't want a motherfucker to touch me? You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't have a giving love language. And so where this conversation was sparked from was that thought. Maybe somebody should rewrite it and add a caveat to it and be like, hey, so you receive love this way, and this is how you give love. Now, again, I don't think you should walk around with some blinders on saying, acts of confirmation or acts of service and touch. Okay, I got to find somebody who's just this, because you'll miss out on a whole lifetime of love and happiness, of course. But I mean, I think that's something that you really need to talk about. You see a lot of those games on social media, those first date games. I think that should be one of them. You know what I'm saying? And this should be something that's talked about. DP, we might have to get together and come up with this later on and make some money off this shit. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm coming up with it on the fly. But this is something that should be discussed on the first date. Mainly, how were you raised? Because we don't have that conversation. TK Kirkland always, who raised you niggas? You know what I'm saying? We should start having that conversation on dates, as opposed to how many people you done slept with, how much money is in your account, what's your credit score. No, let me know about you before you became you, because that's going to affect how I love you and how I receive love from you. What do you think? What do you all think? Do you think that the way somebody was raised directly affects their love language and how they receive and give love?
Definitely do.
Okay.
Especially when you think of childhood.
I
that's
was just
the
finna
beginning.
kick her out, and she come back and agree with me. Look at her. She
I'm
knew,
sorry,
like,
I
better get on his
told
good
you.
graces,
I told
because he finna
you.
put me out. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
When you think of childhood is, for us, is the beginning of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, everything stems from childhood. So I actually agree with you, because that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a woman, generations down, we not touchy-feely. We don't really hug. But that my mother called her parents by their first and last name. I didn't.
I call Vine.
Right. But, when it comes to that the lover or the relationship that likes the physical touch. I'm like, that's not me. But that doesn't mean that I can't compromise with you. But naturally, that's not me, just based off of how I was raised. And you're right, those conversations do need to happen because people get so easily offended. And if that's their main love language and you're not all up in their face and that's not how you grew up,
That's
and
tough.
it's not about how you feel about the person or how much, they mean to you and all that stuff. It's just, I'm not comfortable doing that. I'm not used to doing that. If I'm not doing that with my parents, it's going to be hard for me to do it with you.
100%.
And it should be discussed because people get offended by everything. Like if you're not a gift giver or you don't do stuff for people
Speaking
because, people can easily get offended by that and have you all misconstrued because they don't understand you. So first date, that does need to be talked about. Be like, oh, this is my disclaimer. This is how I was raised, but I'm willing to work on that.
Yeah, so hold on, DP, before you get into that, because I actually like what Miss King just said. Were you going to read it? Go ahead. You want to hit it?
Go ahead.
Miss King said, I am an affectionate person, so having a partner that wasn't raised to receive that type of love will affect the relationship. But it's a learning process. Like I said, compromise. She did say that in the Tuesday Night Live. She was like, there has to be a level of compromise. The Tuesday Night Live, the Tuesday Night Recap, there has to be a level of compromise. And that's an issue. I mean, if I could be transparent for a small second, that's an issue in my house. Because I'm not, like, when it comes to children, I overlove children because children don't have hidden agendas. But with adults, I'm a little bit more standoffish because we've seen here in society with the Me Too movement, people misinterpret touching and feeling the wrong way sometimes. But if I'm that affectionate person and I just come up and I place my hand on your shoulder, you know what I'm saying, just to have a conversation with you, or I keep touching you while I'm having a conversation with you because that's how I'm showing my love, quote unquote, you might say, hey, man, DA was a little touchy-feely, man, and now HR calling me in there, and I'm defending like, hold on, it's my love language, while they handed me a goddamn pink slip. And I'm like, wait a minute, God damn it, my love language is touching and feeling. So I'm that, between me and my wife, that's my wife. My wife loves that whole up under me, put your leg on me, hey, nigga, get your leg up off me, I'm trying to fall asleep here. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that I had to kind of start to, like Miss King said, start to compromise with. Getting to another comment, King Mansa Musa said, it affects you if until you heal and become more self-aware. Here we are. Here we are with another one of those popular words. What are you healing from? That's not like I said, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Mr. Mansa Musa, but that's not a negative. Like, it wasn't like, I didn't look at that as my mother didn't hug me enough. No, it was just.
But is it a negative now that that it's something that continues and it's something that she wants that you can't give?
But even still, bro, I still don't see it because in coming and going, my mother is big on, hey, I love you, be safe. Hey, don't go that way. This stuff was happening over there. So my mother was big on you know what I'm saying, loving on you in a different type of way. She just came from generations like, you know what I'm saying, Ebony said, generations down the line where, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't a big issue to hug. No, I'm more concerned about teaching you this hustle. I'm more concerned about you being cognitive of everything that's going on around you. Keep your head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way she was raised. So go ahead.
But she has also, as time has went on, Mama's affectionate with us now.
True. But I'm still not looking at that as a negative. So what am I healing from? Because I'm not looking back saying, oh man, I didn't have that. That's hindering me. It hasn't hindered me from anything.
It's a bridge between, this is based off what you say. I'm asking you.
100%.
But it's a bridge between you and your wife's bonding, right? Because she's affectionate, you're not.
No,
So
me watching them whack Tubi movies is what we be bonding on. Me being at the goddamn on Kirkland's and Target all goddamn day on my off days is how we bond. Shit, football getting ready to come on. You better hurry your ass up.
I was talking to my daughters. They got into some foolishness this week.
Okay.
And I was telling them, and I believe this, the only thing hard to do is the stuff you don't want. Like, if you really don't want to do this, it's hard.
Okay.
If you want to do it, it's not hard. And I'm not trying to make everything seem so simple, but I think that's the truth. If I'm with somebody and something is super important to you, if I want to do it, it's not hard at all. I don't care if this isn't what I used to do.
Right.
This isn't hard because you want this so much and I want you so much. It's not hard.
Well, again, we're not saying likeness or dislike. We're not saying hard or easy because I'll do whatever deemed necessary.
You guys both kind of said it like, well, I'm not used to this. I don't care what you're used to. I need this. So I need you to do it. Once you don't want to do it, it's a thought that comes across your head like, dang, I should probably grab her hand right now, but I don't want to.
I love it when it happens this way. Whoever said that we didn't want to do it, that's the misinterpretation of what happens in relationships. Yeah. And that's why, I'm sorry to cut you off. That's why the question is, should relationships, the first one was, are they real and should relationships be based upon them? Because so much is heavily skewed one way or the other on if you're loving me properly. And it's like Miss King said, where's the compromise? Like, if you know this about me, then, and I don't want to use the word force because but like, why is this like live or let live? We either rise or we die on you doing this all the time. So it's like, there's got to be some give and pull there, right? You would expect. You would expect there's some give and pull on, okay, how much is enough hugging? How much is enough touching? How much is enough?
So you're saying, okay, I'm trying to do this sometimes.
Yeah.
So you should feel like you see the compromise. You see that I try to do this more.
Yeah.
Okay. I can feel that.
And then going back to what King Mansa Musa said, he was like, heal can mean knowing why. So again, I
like that, bro. I like that, King.
Yeah, that's super clean. The knowing why is, hey, this is just one way or another. This is how things were done. And then the knowing why on the other end, on the generational end that we're on is, okay, I know why I'm this way. Let me compromise and at least give you something. But then it's just like when it's one of those moments where you just don't want it and you kind of try to shun it. And it's like, well, you don't never want to. Like, no, it's not a never. It's not, because how much is too much or how much is too little. So you have to look at it from different standpoints. I don't know.
The person who's receiving, and they know that it's not your normal, they have to be appreciative of the moments. Because if I'm not a natural hand holder,
yeah,
but we went to 3 different stores this week and I held your hand all 3 times, if we laying here watching a movie on a Saturday night and I don't hold your hand, you can't be like, man, every time we watching movies, you don't want to hold my hand. Bro, I just held your. Okay, so I feel you on that. Okay, I like it.
It's just one of those.
You gotta be appreciative. We did. I'm trying.
And that's where the word compromise gets a little helter skelter. Because at what point, like I said, is too much, and what point is it too little? You know what I'm saying? Because then what you'll say is, we went to them 3 stores. I held your hand 3 different times. Oh, so you was counting how many times you was like, no, but I put it in my memory bank. Like, I did this. I made an effort. So, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of, it's real crazy when you start to play with it. And I don't want to beat it to death, man, because now they in the comments going back and forth, and that's what I want more often than not. Like, I want people to get in the comments and have a conversation. So, to stop kicking that horse,
King said he hate hand holding. He broke up over it a couple years ago.
Man, that's tough.
In his younger years.
That's tough. Hey, man, you need to heal from that. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. It's crazy because that's so easily thrown out there to accuse you of something. Right. Oh, well, who wouldn't? Your mama didn't let. No, bro, that just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So how do you gauge what's right and wrong in this conversation? And so I just think that's where this makes for great talking points.
I agree, and we have this conversation a lot.
Definitely do.
Like, me and my brother, we agree on a lot of stuff and we disagree on a lot of stuff. But
man,
one thing I love about having conversations with him is he can make a point. I still don't agree with him, but the way he tied it up, I understand his point now. And that's what a conversation is supposed to be. Like, I don't 100%. Have to agree with you at the end of the day, but as long as I can understand why you think how you think, that's a great conversation.
And again, just kind of getting back to it, I think that's where a lot of this conversation derived from when I was driving in the car, Ebony, and I was having this conversation by myself before anyone else was around. We just need to take time to start understanding full out thoughts.
Exactly.
Like if I'm sitting here talking to you and I won't let you get a word in, like every 6 or 7 words, I jump in, okay, but I'm sorry to cut you off. And then I'll talk and then I'll stop and then you'll get to talking. And then I say, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? I can never truly understand what you're telling me. It's hard for me to understand what you're saying to me because I keep cutting you off. And that's probably, I'm cutting you off at that deeper point of your comment, your statement, where you're going to actually drive home the point of understanding. But a lot of people don't. So when you get to talking love languages, I think it's easier to have the conversation in a room full of people with microphones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just want to get my tidbit in. You see, I'm sitting here politely.
She like, they talk too much.
No. But I agree with both of you guys in the opinion of it. And it's good to know where something roots from because everything has a mechanism. And once you understand where it roots from,
That was tight.
You don't take it so personal. It's like, okay. And a woman or a man should be appreciative that you're trying. The best you can do is try, even if it ain't your thing. But, you know, because my motto is, I know this ain't what you do, but you do it for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't see it as forced because I know you're doing it for me because you're trying to fulfill something that I need.
Right.
That you don't do, and that's fine.
That's clean. That's clean. Like my mom used to always say, nothing beats a failure but a try. So, I mean, if you're willing to try it, then you know what I'm saying, it works. Getting back to King Mansa Musa, he said acknowledgement is a part of healing. I like that, bro. To recognize that I don't like this. I might have, in my younger years, broke up with it, but if I come across another woman later on down the line, I might just throw a hand out there, even though I feel a little uncomfortable. Because for me, I'll agree with King Mansa Musa. I don't like holding hands, bro. It's like so weird to me. Like when I see people do it, and then Pina look at me, and I'll be like, "You better not extend that arm." You know what I'm saying? But then it's like when you do it, it's just like, okay, I can't wait to some. Oh, you see that new game right there where you take that hand, boy, you use that mug and Pine be like, that wasn't even that important. Give me that hand back. Hey, fam, chill, fam. But yeah, no, that's one of those things, man.
Is it just like romantically you don't like to hold hands?
No, because I would imagine, like if we was
like I'm talking about like, because I know you got daughters, so like,
yeah.
Is that weird? Like,
oh no, I always come
your
on.
oldest
Yeah,
daughter
you know.
is like, I was going to say.
Oh no, hey, when Aubrey turned 16, we was walking in the mall. No, we holding hands, so all you little mannish little niggas
like,
can know.
I got a 17-year-old, 15-year-old, 13-year-old, and we hold hands.
Yeah, no, because it's just
even in the car we hold hands. Like I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
So
well, that's like wearing a mask in the car. That's a little weird to me, bro.
I don't know, bro.
But not on that. Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying?
If when I'm sitting in the front seat, we be holding hands in the car.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm taking them, like, if she's ready to go see her mom for the weekend or something like, I'll be holding her hand in the car.
That's extended love. And I mean, I guess to some degree, you know, I don't know. My kids like to listen to music.
I'm extra affectionate too, so.
Okay. Yeah. You definitely one of them. I ain't want to accuse you of that, but it is what it is. Awkward silence.
Somebody wrote a novel.
Yeah, no, man. Here, let me pull this up, man, because I know y'all won't be able to see it. But I saw this week, man, on social media, and I was beside myself when I read it. But I actually had a conversation with the author today, and it kind of gave me different perspective. So my Ed Lloyd posted just a day ago. She said, I think a lot of black men, and we kind of switching gears here, people, so stick with us. She said, I think a lot of black men really have an issue when it comes to black women wanting and expecting more. We want top tier because we give ourselves top tier. And I want you to answer this first too, Miss Camille. I'm never going to get upset at someone if they can't give me something that I can't give myself. That's why I'm always talking about wealth and building it and always directing it toward women. Ladies, make y'all money, make lots of it, build y'all wealth, and build it to the highest level because men will hate you for wanting the best in life. I was ready to drag Mayette, man.
I think I'm going to.
Man, when I tell y'all, I was ready to drag my friend. If we wouldn't have had that conversation today, friend, I had sent you the damn link so you can come in here and defend yourself because friend. So this was a personal, this was an impulse text, an impulse post that she had because some dude was in her inbox and it didn't go the way he thought it should go and he kind of got down on her. So you know what I'm saying? She got on that with him. So you know what? But I still told her I would give her point of view of why it happened. But Miss Lloyd, if you don't get your ASS the freak on, when hey, she in Orlando, bro, she was jumping on the plane like as we was having the conversation earlier. Look, King Mansa Musa ready to go, man. He got that joint cocked and in the chamber. He was ready to let her have it because I think he was one of the ones who commented on the joint. But I saw this, man, and I was just like, bro, if you don't get your, I don't even want to, I don't know where to go with this. So, Miss Camille, have you experienced this? Where, you know what I'm saying, you meet a guy, and I don't know if you're in a relationship or not. You don't have to talk about your status, your relationship status. But where a guy was like, salty because, you know, you held yourself to a standard. Has this ever been an issue for you?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'll say on the yes side, but this the thing though, because I don't really agree. What I think is top tier may not be top tier to that man.
Okay.
And that's where it goes from there. Because what I may think is top tier is like a waste of time for him. So yes, I agree. Women and men should have their own. You shouldn't expect people to just jump on board of what you think is top tier, because you may say, oh, my top tier is going on vacation every weekend, and your top tier may be investing more into your business.
Yeah. So
I can't say because you don't want to give me what I think I should have or I think is top tier that, you know, you're not all that or we not going to work out.
Yeah.
I think, all right, let me go back. So when you're a teenager and you in high school, I'm going to say high school because that's more so the fashion show.
Yeah.
You want the latest Jordans, the top clothes. Your parents going to provide, give you what you need, whatever. But what they make you go do when they don't want to get you the shoes and the clothes you want, they make you go get a job. Because to them, I'm taking care of you. I'm providing. I'm paying all the bills. I got the household going on. These Jordans ain't priority to me. So what you go do? You go get a job to buy the things that you want. Don't mean that your parents ain't, you know what, because they're not going into the farther extent of what you think is top tier and what you should have based off of what everybody else is wearing or what you want.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Exactly. So I feel the same way within relationships, because what I like is what I like. You cannot tell me I can't like it. If I want it, I'm going to buy it. If I got to wait for you to go get it, I ain't going to never have it. But, you know, what's top tier to me may not be top tier to you.
Okay. That's clean. I cannot argue that at all.
And I will add, I don't like the black men thing because it's not a black man thing.
Well, so, I mean, I guess in the regarding what she was speaking to, that's just what she's attracted to. She's attracted to black men. So, you know what I'm saying? I actually saw Miss Queen actually made the statement, why do we have to say black men? A lot of times, and man, I hope when I say this, I don't get banned or get put in Facebook jail again, but I only know to speak to black women in my conversation. So any conversation that I'm having, I don't mess with white women. I don't date Mexican women or Asians or whomever. So every experience that I've had has been with the black woman. So when I say this is what I'm thinking, feeling, DA don't like black women. He can't stand them. He always talking, well, who the hell else I'm going to speak to? This is just all. So, I mean, I think we need to take that into consideration as well. But just backtracking this thing, the only thing in her statement that I partly agree with, because the whole outside of it was just like, I was like, man, what is she talking about? I'm big on not doing something for a woman that she can't do for herself. I'm big on that. I'm talking about, and it's not about the price tag of anything, because, you know, I often tell women, know your worth. And then you'll hear that, know your worth and charge tax or whatever. Make them pay tax or whatever. If your worth is your worth, it is what it is.
I ain't never heard that before, but I like how it sounds.
It definitely sounds super clean. Know your worth and charge tax. My thing is, why would you ask me to buy you something that you can't afford to buy yourself? Or, and this is it's a little crazy, but why would you go out and buy a $2,000-$3,000 purse and your car is only worth $10,000? That just don't make sense to me. You should not have a bag or a pair of shoes that rivals your mortgage. That shouldn't be a thing unless your mortgage is a forethought in your mind. if your mortgage is residually being paid for and that's not something, hey, go buy all of the bags and the shoes and the whatever else, the bracelets, the diamonds, the jewelry. That's perfectly fine. But I love that she said that. I would never get mad at a man for not doing something for me that I couldn't do for myself. That saved her. Because the rest of this, man, black men be wanting to get mad at you and they be wanting to hate. Like, bro, I saw, Miss Lloyd, I'm not talking about you when I say this. I'm talking about your post and I saw so many, I hate to call them this, bro, but so many women that are losers was agreeing with this, bro. Well, DA, who are you and who are you to call them losers? I'm not saying anybody direct. Bro, don't nobody hate you, bro. Like, stop. There are men who can't afford to do that for you. And so they'll be like, well, how you just going to ask me to do this for you off the rip or whatever the case may be? Bro, if you can't afford it, just say that. Right. And woman, you shouldn't be angry at him saying, hey, I can't afford this. Because I actually want to cut it here and let you go because I want to bring in your post from earlier and then kind of dig a little bit. I was
going to use that. That was my thing for the week, though.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So okay, cool. I won't ask you to lend to that, but I mean, that whole, if I can't do it, man, let me just say I can't afford that. Don't judge me based upon that, though. Because if I've done everything else up until that point, then we should be good. Go ahead, DP.
I'm sitting here the whole time, like, because I got this Derek Jackson in me a little bit where I just want to go in. And I got the common sense in me that's like, man, if you don't get out of here with this bull, so...
He said the Derek Jackson.
I'm trying.
Hey, you actually been Derek Jackson in a lot lately.
I was campaigning to be the next day, but they wouldn't. They just laugh at me every time. Man, so I guess it ain't gonna work for me. They don't believe me.
You was about to get elected with these two twins.
Me. Dude, it's so crazy because I'm so big on the fact that a man's worth comes from his income. That's the greatest asset that a man has, in my opinion. Hey, look, in my opinion,
none of this stuff I say is facts.
That is the greatest asset that a man can have. Vice versa. I don't mean it to sound disrespectful to you guys. It's only my opinion. For a woman, what you look like trumps everything else.
Yeah.
So, a woman who's at the top of her beauty game does not make posts like that most of the time. Because she doesn't have a problem getting a man to do nothing she wants him to do.
Right.
Like, she got the top fish all the time. So it was surprising to see her put a post up like that because I feel like
she's at the top of her
she can go
game,
get the guy that she wants. Ooh. But I think a lot of women who agree because they're not at the top of that line.
Yeah.
So they run into a lot of dudes who's not at the top of their line.
Yeah.
And it's a whole bunch of mediocrity hanging out with each other, upsetting each other. He ain't on nothing. You ain't on nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't got the bag.
You ain't.
And you literally don't have a bag. Like y'all both.
Wow.
Y'all both.
That was crazy, but I see what you did there, though. That
was
nice.
Ain't on nothing for real. Y'all both need to work on what makes you great.
Yeah.
Dude need to go to work. He don't even need to be thinking about no woman right now.
Yeah.
And you can't cook, can't clean, got 2 kids by 3 dudes. Yes, I said it the right way.
I understood it.
Like, you ain't on nothing. You're not attractive to a guy who's about something.
Yeah.
So these 2 mediocrities got to figure out how to make it work for them. So this is a post of mediocrity clashing.
Okay.
The people that's at the top kept scrolling.
Yeah. I think a lot of women definitely look right past it. Especially those who get what they want. Ebony, you know what I'm saying? They just like, hey, well, they live in that moniker that if it don't apply, let it fly. Yep. I don't have an issue here. You know what I'm saying? When I'm dealing with a man, regardless what it is, car, clothes, rent, whatever, he takes care of what he's supposed to take care of. Again, she said it was an impulse post, so I'll give her that. At the same time, it came from a very real place. And when you become accusatory, that's when my antennas go up. So I don't have...
Did she tell you where it came from, though? I'm not going to go into what it came from, though.
Yeah, it was
I understood it so much that I understood that frustration.
Yeah. Like it was it's in my... But I won't get into it. King Mansa Musa said, women a lot of times put put their self on a standard that they are creating for themselves. Unrealistically, someone flew her to Vegas, bought a Gucci bag. Now she believes that that's the standard for her.
Is it?
Ooh.
Is it?
That's what he's saying.
But
He
is
said
it though?
But if no. Let me go back. He said because it's unrealistically. Someone flew her to Vegas and bought her a Gucci bag.
So how is it unrealistic if it happened?
Right, but then after that first situation, she thinks she's supposed to be flued out all the time now. Yeah,
But
and
you've
that
been there. I've been to the mountaintop. So
I mean, at the
Get
same
there once,
time,
is this
get
the
there
standard?
twice.
man, listen.
yeah, hey, I don't know.
Nah,
He
hold
about
on.
to
Watch
drop
this.
that one.
No. Hey, I got you, King. I got you. Your boy DA is here for you, King. Yeah, I've once gone to the Harris Casino and hit for fucking 7,000, and every other time that I've been there, I haven't reached that same success. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the laws of probability. If I'm out here cute enough, I will probably have this happen. Will it happen as an average? No, it will not, because you met that one dude, you said the right things, he wanted what he wanted, you know what I'm saying, naturally, you know, the nappy, you know what I'm saying, and it ain't nappy no more, the kitty cat, because they shaving it now, and he flew you out and did that. Now you got to remember, wherever you from, you're not meeting guys like this at this caliber. You probably was at the signature room with your girlfriends, at wherever you was at. I don't want to say the Lux room, because I don't even know if that's a real thing. What's the Cafe Lux, or the place people used to go? I know they're not going to RPMs. It's just, they just can't afford it. But it is what it is. You know, but the signature room is decent. You was at the signature room and you had a good night out. You was at wherever you was, you bumped into this cat and he flew you out, got you the Gucci bag. That shouldn't, like he said, that's unrealistic, bro, because every dude isn't going to be able to be that. And some dudes will grab your attention just based off words. Some men will be able to pull you according to how they look and smell, and it's right place, right time. Can he afford to fly you out to Vegas and buy you a Gucci bag? Maybe not.
I like it, King.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what though? Quick segue.
Yeah.
Who sets the standard on where you're at? I think for women, they let women set their level. Like I think for a lot of women, it's more important to them. I'll use you because you're the only woman in the room. But it'll be more important to her what women say about her than it is men. And that's weird to me. Why would I ask a man, like me as a man, why would I ask a man what women want? I need to be talking to women.
Yeah.
So why do women talk to other women about what men want? That's weird to me.
Oh, I don't.
But there's a lot of women who do. Like she got a lot of validation off that post
from women. Facts.
She didn't have men saying they get what you're saying. Men are like, what? But because women say that, oh, I feel you, girl, she's right to her. So even like once you're judging yourself, what standard you are, going into the next question, but that we won't jump into so fast, women will set that standard based off what other women say about them. The likes that like a woman to put up a post, it'll have 400 likes, 380 are women.
Yeah.
Man, you only had 20 men on here. We might not think you popping like they do.
Yeah. That's clean. Do you have something to go with that before I jump in these comments?
Do men like you? No, I'm just messing with you.
I think they do. That was funny.
Yeah, it definitely made me laugh. I definitely say, you better hope they do. Shit.
Like, hold on, I'm popping out here.
Man.
I thought I was. I've been
Jumping
gone
up in here
for a
with these
while.
damn red bottoms on. You know what I'm saying? These damn somebody better like you. Shit. Shit, it better be working for you some way.
I agree. That's not my thing. I'd rather hear from a man that type of information. But women do go to other women about that, and then they hold who they think the it girl status to what they reaching for. Especially with social media, because you got your it girls. I'm gonna use like Ari and Jada and Alexis Sky. Well, she's going to God now, but you know they got all these women they think are the it girls, and their standard of what a man should do and how you should be treated. They do really apply that. That's why these women are big influencers, because they're influencing other women.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got
you.
it. Go ahead.
Read it for me.
Miss Brooke jumped in. She said, yeah, all inclusive. All inclusive. A man's best quality is providing. this is more than just financial. So I like how she cleaned it up.
it. Uh-huh.
She cleaned it up. This is more
but
than
I'm finna
just
cook the
financial.
next one.
A woman's best quality is to consume and reproduce and multiply. That's tough.
Samantha,
That's
with
tough.
all due respect,
That is tough.
with all due respect, 75, 85, there's no percentage on this, the majority.
The majority. Call it the
We
majority.
do not want to have kids with y'all. I'm so serious. It sounds rude as crap. I'm so serious. But I don't know many men who had children on purpose.
Mm.
And I know all kind of married men. I know all kind, like I know, not even exaggerating, I know over 100,000 people. They do not want to have children on purpose. Multiplying is not your greatest asset, I promise you. Not in a relationship sense. Now, for the world and bringing people in, and of course, yes.
Ooh.
I meant in a relationship stance like that. What you look like means way more to me than can you have children.
I agree.
Having your tubes tied is a higher value than being able to have a kid for me.
Ooh, those are free. Smokey said, "Can a woman overvalue herself?"
All the time.
What you think, Ebony? Can a woman overvalue herself?
Nope.
I heard that.
No.
Speak from a place of confidence.
No.
I like it.
Speak from a place of confidence.
No.
Because that goes back to setting the standard. Go ahead, Miss Camille. I'm
Exactly. Why
sorry.
wouldn't I think the most highest of myself? Even
Facts.
if I'm not where I want to be, I'm fighting and pushing to be where I want to be. So I'm never going to say I'm not all that. We don't come from low self-esteem like that.
I heard that.
That's not.
Everything-
Oh, I'm sorry.
But everything I say out my mouth or I think is what it is. So if
Yeah.
I feel like I ain't all that or I can't go far or I don't value myself,
Yeah.
it's not really about how men value me or other people. It's how I value myself. If I don't think that
100%.
I'm somebody, then I'm really nobody.
Yeah.
This is where it gets. This is where it gets tough. This is where it gets tough because, respectfully, I can look at you and tell that men are attracted to you. But there are a lot of women who can't say the same stuff that you can say. So when you tell that 5 that she can think of herself as a 10 and she can get what she wants and she can, man, you setting that lady up for failure.
But we not talking about looks though. When we talking about the whole picture of an essence of a woman. And a lot
It
of
all-
time,
go ahead.
men always go straight to the looks and the body. But I'm like, my mind, my skills, what I have to provide, what I know, my knowledge worth more than this look here. So that's what I mean when I say I hold myself to a standard of more so what's inside than outside.
It sounds so petty, but it ain't. I ain't gonna hold
But it's
you.
true though. But it's true though, because then what women do, soon as somebody looking at them up and down or over sexualizing them, they have a problem. But then we'll get to sexualizing ourselves. But you know what it is you want to flourish with other things because that kind of sets you apart. Now you can go to Colombia and everybody can look the same. You can buy it now.
Yeah.
You could change everything about you and everything is a model and everybody can look the same exact way, same proportion, same wig, same everything. But it's going to be that inside. So that's what I mean there when I say I had to have that confidence. It ain't always just about the look.
So I'll agree with you on what you saying, Miss Camille, but I hate to agree with this dude. So this is how this works for men, and to all the women who are in here listening. Again, at the top right corner of the screen, it says share this live because this needs to get out. A man can care less. A man can care less, and when I say a man, I mean a man. I mean a man. Like we keep putting emphasis on real man, what a real man is, what a real man isn't. Men can care less. A man who chooses to pull you off the shelf and have you will take care of you. Of course, you want to build a platform and do whatever you want to do off that platform, make as much money as you would love to make. Baby, I'm all here for you. Go crazy. But I'm going to provide the house. I'm going to provide your future, your car, your food. I'm going to provide everything. Whatever you have, that's great. I love it for you so bad or real bad or whatever the bad is. I love it for you. I just care that you look good when we together. That's all I care about. I love that you're smart and intelligent and we have, bro, me and my wife got into it and she was mad at me for a bunch of hours. And I was like, whew, I'm glad we over this. Because I don't have no, like outside of Dennis, like I can't just pick up the phone and talk to anybody the way that I talk because people don't naturally go where I go. So of course we want someone that we can bounce love off of. And when I say love, I mean conversation, my anger, my happy moments, when I'm confused, when I'm dumb, like, hey, so what does this really mean? Of course we need you to be able to combat that part of us. But baby, I don't need you to be none of that.
I understand
I don't need you to be none of that.
From the man standpoint of that, but y'all really be wanting just airheads? And
No. Again. See, you heard what you wanted to hear.
Yeah.
You heard what you wanted to hear. Listen,
It's all secondary, is what we're saying.
it's secondary to when we step out. Like, to be honest, bro. And this is just like one of the reasons why I chose my. Like, I know my wife is beautiful, but I automatically saw myself on a grander scale before I married her. So when we go to these galas and you put that one black dress on with those two straps, the one around your ankle and then the one around your toes, and your toes is like painted right, red, whatever, white, whatever, yellow, whatever color y'all gonna get. Like, I can imagine us out and how I'm going to be looked at when the world sees how beautiful she is. Cause girl was in here last week. She was like, that's your wife? I was like, I want to be like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully though, she was like, damn, she pretty. I'm like that for real. What are you talking about? So I already saw my wife being beautiful in my grandest moments. When they pan in the camera on me, and then I'd be like, man, I couldn't do none of this without my wife. And then they pan back on her, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I'm finna tear that up when we get home, boy, because you finna hit me with the Beyonce partition. Put the partition up when we on our way to, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just how men are wired. We really, like, going back to the conversation I think last week, we really want to take care of y'all. We really want to do this for y'all. But when you come in saying you're going to do this and and if this bag ain't this and if this bag ain't, oh yeah, let me go ahead and leave you where you're standing because I already wanted to give you the world. You're beautiful in everything. Bro, I love talking to women more than I like talking to men.
What do I say every week?
That you don't have no male friends. You love having female friends.
And
what
about the show when we be like, who the guest?
Yeah, we always want to be. We never want females because like the only conversation that I want to have with men is the conversation where they telling the truth.
And they don't.
If you're not telling the truth, nigga, don't talk to me, bro. Because you're not saying anything that I want to listen to. When you talk to a woman is honest. Mm-hmm. A woman is accountable. A woman is transparent. A woman is like, she will break herself down. You know who we always say this about? Kia Adams. Any of you men out there want to have an honest conversation, befriend Kia Adams. She will tell you, like, you know what? I'm flawed there. I didn't know I was flawed there. Now that we've had this conversation, I see I need to work on me. Mm-hmm. And she's not judging herself. She's just seeing what men, generalizing men, she's seeing what men are saying about a particular thing. And so that's beautiful. Again, Miss Camille, I don't want to get this misconstrued. We love y'all, bro. Of course I don't want no airhead. That's why I don't date white girls. No, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? I love black women because everything that encompasses a black woman. The fact that y'all have to love these black men who are in danger. The fact that y'all got to be strong, and I hate when people say, well, black women always got to be strong. I hate that because who gonna be there for them when they can't be strong? You know what I'm saying? But the fact that y'all have to love the way y'all do, the fact that y'all are raised the way y'all are, to clean, cook, to be there, to care for, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the nature of who we are now. Obviously, in this day and age, this thing is getting a little bit stretched out here. Mamas in the clubs with daughters and granddaughters, but hey, I ain't judging nobody. You know what I'm saying? But black women are just beautiful in that regard. And per capita, black women are the most educated woman in the world. I
thought they were educated more than everybody, if I'm not
mistaken. Yeah. So that's a big deal. That is a huge deal for black men. So we don't want you to be airheads. We just want y'all to understand it's okay to go get your bag, but don't try to piss further than me when we go to the bathroom. Like, don't do that. Just be my beautiful wife, be my beautiful girl. Let's grow. You do go crazy in that lane. I'm over here in this lane. But you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to always be like, oh, well, I'm doing this for you. because that's your thing for the week. So I really won't touch that. Here, let me get in these comments real quick because I definitely was just rambling for so long. I want to. My cousin Dewana said, since when is value based on aesthetics? What?
She said, because I said that. Yeah.
She is absolutely right. Our greatest value is based on what's within us, not what's external. Listen, we're not refuting that. Again, I think we kind of touched on that.
Populating the world is...
We need to do that.
Right.
We need to do that, 100%.
I mean, in a relationship sense.
100%. Smokey said the first step, though, is looks before we get... Boom. Because that's what we... When you...
I want to hear what you think after I see you.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
First thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
But it's physical. You know what I'm saying? And I say this about women all the time. Y'all don't see us men and be like, oh, I wonder, do he got a 401k? Y'all don't think that. Y'all don't think that. I wonder, was he raised right? Y'all don't think that.
They won't say 401k. They'd be like, I hope that bag.
Just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Financially, they're not thinking that. Y'all like, wait till he open his mouth because these shoes is a little dirty he got on, but I need to see if his teeth clean, I might can do this. If his teeth are clean, I might can do this. Because that's what I do. Let me see. Okay, she be brushing her teeth. Okay, she's snapping. Okay, them little open toe sandals. I mean, you could go for a little fill-in or something, but okay, I see what you're doing. But I mean, it's always a physical attraction. Or at least that's what it's believed to be. So I don't know, man. Did you have anything else, DP?
No, I ain't got nothing else.
Yeah, don't want to beat it.
I like what they did there. I appreciate everybody who commented.
Definitely, because they was in there getting busy.
They definitely did.
I was ranting for the most part, so y'all got to forgive me. And if we backtrack, we'll get lost in translation of what you were trying to say. So I really don't want to do that.
I was right.
He had to get that off real quick. So, man, last week Dr. Dre was in an interview with this guy. I didn't even do the research to find out who the guy was because the whole interview just pissed me clean off. So again, this is switching gears a little bit before we go in to try to wrap this thing up.
You should have had that natural segue.
Huh?
Keep going up.
I don't know. Yeah, you should have texted me that. Because you definitely just threw me out. Either way, man, Dr. Dre gets into this interview, man, and I'm hoping that I'm seeing this wrong. So I'm going to let y'all get on this first. Let me roll this clip. But definitely get in the comments and tell me that I'm wrong. DP and Ebony, I want y'all to tell me that I'm wrong. But oh my God, it just disappeared. What did I do with it? See? That's what happens when I take my glasses off. Put them damn glasses back on. Damn well I can't see. DA always doing something. Is this it? This is it. Here, let me cue this up for y'all real quick.
Need to make money. I don't have to work if I don't want to. I can work when I want to. All of my kids are grown, so I'm not a slave to my kids. I'm not a slave to anything. I'm not a slave to a job or any of that. So, just celebrated my... I don't need to make money. I don't have to work if I don't want to. I can work when I want to. All of my kids are grown, so I'm not a slave to my kids. I'm not a slave to anything. I'm not a slave to a job or any of that. So, just celebrated my 57th birthday. And like I said, for the first time in my entire life, I'm completely fucking free. It's an amazing feeling. I don't have to worry about where you been, where you going, and who you with. You know what I mean? It's like none of that. It's all you. I feel sorry for you married motherfuckers right now. To be honest with you. It's like nah, let me just keep it all the way. Keep 100. It, please. And I'm only saying this because I'm newly divorced. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I'm going to feel in the next 5 years, but right now, it's just bliss, complete motherfucking freedom.
Problem with this? I can feel this for real. I can feel this low key. I ain't never been married, but I get it. I get what he's saying.
Go ahead.
Man, you get tired of taking care of people. He said he ain't got no little kids who need him. He ain't got no wife who talking about when you coming home. He gets to do what he wants to do every single day. Every single moment of his day is about him. And he appreciates that right now. 5 years from now, I might not feel the same. But for right now, I don't want to worry about nobody but me. I feel that.
Do you agree with this nonsense, Ebony?
I mean, I'm not a fan of Dr. Dre. He was free when he knocked Michelle teeth out back in '93. But I mean, it's the truth to it. When you single, no expectations from nobody. You could do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go as far as saying, I feel sorry for you people that's married. If you want to be single, I mean, he was married for a great deal of time, so it's not like he's in search for his next wife. That just might be the end for him. He had a very messy divorce with a lot of money, so I understand why he feel the way he feel. But I wouldn't just broadcast it to everybody about marriage. Like, I feel sorry for y'all. You had a long run.
I think that was a joke.
You think it was a
No,
joke?
he meant that.
Nah,
He meant
how
that.
much money she done got him for, how messy that was. I think he's 100% serious about that. But, I mean, he had his run, but I ain't going to say you should feel sorry for everybody. But if you single and you happy, you single and you happy. You ain't got the expectations, the standards to live by. You do what you want to do.
100%. I agree. I agree with you as well, Dennis. For you to feel the way that you feel, because it goes back to what Smokey said just now. He said that's his reality. He's not mad at him. Yeah. But let me lend a little bit to this, because like King Mansa Musa said, he said, and I quote, "I'm only saying this because I'm newly divorced." Bro, you are a clown in the biggest circus that I have ever seen in my life, and this is why. When you get on here, first and foremost, what really pissed me off is the dude who's interviewing him says, "I feel sorry for you married motherfuckers." And he go to lie, "Well, keep it real with me then. Tell me how you really." Shut up, you goofy. Because he just disrespected you, but because he's Dr. Dre and you're trying to get, like, bro, I don't care. My integrity, my character means everything to me. I'm not getting ready to interview anybody and they say something that I deem disrespectful, and I just go along with it because of who they are. Hey, no, I feel sorry for you because now you by yourself. He'll speak about this woman as if she wronged him. Ain't nobody asking me where I'm going, who I'm with, how long I'm gonna be gone. Like I said, when I reacted to this originally, you create the narrative that you live in. So if you made this woman feel like she has to question your whereabouts, you did that. I'm not even judging you. I never saw the Miss Chalet thing, so I don't know that he was, and I wasn't there. I don't know that he was really beating her. I don't know that he was really knocking her teeth out, mistreating her. I've never seen did he go to jail for it?
Nah, she wasn't telling.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Things could have not gone her way. So I can't speak to that. Cleveland said, "I'm just mad because I'm married." Like, I'm actually not. And that's what pisses me off. Right. Because you chose, like we all do as men, we get down on our knee and say, "Will you marry me?" Now, I'm not saying that it's uncommon for women to do it, but we make that decision. So when you create the narrative that she has to question who you are and where you're going, you did that, bro. Oh, all my kids grown, so I'm not a slave to nobody. You're never a slave to your children, bro. You're a slave to the children that you don't care for, that you're just spending money on. You're a slave to, let me repeat this. You're a slave to the children that you just shove money at so they leave you alone. But now that they're off on their own and you done gave them some money, you can say, "Oh, no, I set you up, so leave me alone." Like, no, bro. We create the reality that we live in 100% every time. This is what women mean, the world. I don't even want to say women, but me and DP just had this conversation the other day. I just started hearing the word narcissistic so much when Donald Trump became the president. Everything was a narcissist. Everybody was narcissistic. Everything was a sense of narcissism because he made everything about him. This is Dr. Dre saying, "I'm finally free. I don't have to deal with nobody." Bro, you created your world, bro. You created your world in every sense, good, bad, and otherwise. So why do you now get the point and say, "Ha, ha, 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 you're married, you got young kids, you know what I'm saying? You're this, you're that." Bro, listen.
I'm with Bam on this one. I think you've been too literal on this.
I mean, but see,
I think he meant it as a joke.
Watch this. This is where the everybody goes wrong in conversation, because I can only go off of what he said. I cannot assume what he meant. Remember, don't do that, because we always do this in conversation. We never can veer off for what we think they were trying to say. I can only make light of what he said, bro. And he said when the dude started laughing, he like, no, I'm serious. I'm not a slave to nobody. I don't have to do anything for anybody. Bro.
Run it back. Because now I took it as a joke when I seen it. Like, I took it like he was telling a joke, because then he cleaned it up like...
Hold on. Well,
I don't need to make money. I don't have to work if I don't want to. I can work when I want to. All of my kids are grown, so I'm not a slave to my kids. I'm not a slave to anything. I'm not a slave to a job or any of that. So, you know, just celebrated my 57th birthday. And like I said, for the first time in my entire life, I'm completely fucking free. It's an amazing feeling. I don't have to worry about like, well, where you been, where you going, and who you with. You know what I mean? It's like none of that. It's all you. I feel sorry for you married motherfuckers right now. To be honest with you, you know, it's like, nah, let me just keep it all the way. Keep 100. It, please. You know, and I'm only saying this because I'm you know, newly divorced. Mm-hmm. I don't know how.
He was very serious and deliberate in what he was saying because he really, like you said, he feel this way. But going back into what Smokey said, that's his reality. But his reality is the reality that he created. This woman, bro, you've been married to this woman, I think like 10, 15, 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't come into this. You wasn't mad at the beginning of this. Right. You wasn't mad at the beginning of this. But like I said, and I don't know how many kids Drake got. Like I'm not even making that about his children. But excuse me, I'm sorry, that was very rude. For me to say I'm not a slave to he meant that. I'm not a slave to I gotta be here because my kids need me to be here. I gotta go there because no, bro, you had them. Go ahead, DP.
But you also know that heavy is the head that wears the crown. These might be the most ungrateful mugs. He might feel like he was a slave to them.
But I mean, why are they ungrateful?
Hey, he might not have been home enough. It's only his perception. He's talking. That's
True.
his reality.
True.
That's his perception of his children. He may be loving them the wrong way. He may be showering them with cash, and they want to spend time.
And they
with
want
him.
the time.
He might have the love language wrong.
I wish I had this damn video.
He's reaping not the benefits. He's feeling the backlash of the way he chose to love them his way.
And again, we're only assuming that this is the
now
case.
Now
we're assuming. But when you say I'm not a slave to these children, I must assume to some degree that either you went wrong or I went wrong or somebody was a burden.
They were a burden to him.
Because, and I mean, I guess it's a difference because he speaks to his children being grown. But I saw the interview today. It was a young woman. She was interviewing Amber Rose and Black and Yellow, Wiz Khalifa's son. And she was like, well, what's the benefit of having both of your parents being celebrities? And the little boy thought about it for a few seconds. He was like, well, I mean, if I have to say anything, I'd say the fact that they make money and that they're with me all the time. They're always there for me when I need them. And it's like a little 10, 12-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? And then they're putting up the pictures. And I mean, I guess it could be a front, but they at the Nickelodeon thing. You know what I'm saying? The Nickelodeon Awards or whatever. They at Disneyland. They're at all of these places. Yeah. Wiz Khalifa smoke all this weed, sell all of this weed. Amber Rose got a boyfriend and acting in movies or doing whatever the hell Amber Rose does. But they make time for this kid. When he's 25, 18, 25, 30, will Wiz Khalifa feel like this kid was a burden? From what I saw, and I wish I had the video to cue up to prove what I'm trying to say. No, he won't. Because he made time for what was important. But watch this again. I don't know how many kids Dr. Dre has. But if I'm feeling like these children are a burden, that's because I had a kid by you, and your mama did this to me or your mama did that to me, so I don't want to be around your mama, so I'm not going to be around you here. Let me push this money at you and say leave me alone. Now you can't call me. I just gave you $20 million. I signed a $1 billion deal with Apple or sold them my beats. Take this $100 million and leave me the fuck. I'm not a slave to them. That's why I was upset. Bam, to some degree, you are right. But it don't have nothing to do with me being married. I got so mad because the dude was married and he's sitting there. I feel sorry for you. You married him and you laughing. Bro, you're dumb. You love your wife. Y'all have a good situation going. Why are you agreeing to this mess? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe he not happy.
Well,
But
I
now
mean,
I'm assuming again.
no.
I'm
But
assuming
watch
again.
this. If that's the case, if I'm his wife, I'm looking at this when he get home like, motherfucker, why was you laughing? What was funny about what he said? Because we got whatever we got going on, and then baby, well, you know, now
So
she.
he a liar. So now he got,
Yeah.
man, I'm with Dre, bro. I'm trying to, man.
But you a yes man, and that just to me, I don't have an issue with Dre, but not personally because I don't know this man. I can only take what I see, what everybody else sees, and that just be that, and go with that. My thing is like, bro, don't get down on this lady. Don't get down on your kids. Don't get down on the world. I'm not a slave to nobody. I don't need to make money. I don't need to. I mean, okay, bro, you go crazy, do what you do, but don't make it seem like she, one, was a bad individual. Two, your children were just the worst. I mean, they could have been. We've seen situations, so I won't assume. I won't not assume. And then don't act like because being married is the worst thing in the world, bro, because it's not, because you chose to get married. She didn't put a gun to your head. Pint tell me this shit all the time. We argue, motherfucker, I didn't tell you to do this. You did it because that's what you wanted to do. I'd be like, God dang it, this motherfucker done won another damn argument. I'm sick of it. Either way, man, we're not going to drag this thing on too much longer, man, because I know y'all got stuff to do. Me personally,
Y'all ain't doing
chill, fam. Don't do that. The thoughts and comments of Dennis Pittman do not reflect those. Bro, I saw a conversation today, and I hate that I'm using this because I know at some point Mr. Gates is gonna want to slide, man, and come on the podcast. But what bothers me, I just swear I saw this today. What bothers me? Let's switch gears. Let's get off Dr. Dre. Is I'm sick of men, bro. I'm about to pander right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of men, bro. And it's nothing that Woodrow said. It's nothing that Mr. Gates said. But, bro, why are men so tough, bro? Like he put up this post, like if and it was the comment that somebody else had on the post that really bothered me. But he was like, man, if your lady get caught cheating, you know what I'm saying, would you stay or would you leave? And all of the dudes on there talking about, man, I'm leaving her. If I catch my lady cheating, I'm done. One cat even got on there and said the reason why he's done, or the reason why women do what they do when they cheat or have extracurricular activities with other men is because men like me allow them to. Bro, do you know how many dudes out here that they chick is hitting somebody else and they know it and they ain't left? Like, why do dudes do that, bro?
Hold on. He says dudes out here who chicks is hitting.
Man, they
another
chicks,
dude and
bro,
they know
listen.
it?
I don't want to tell nobody's story. I can tell you at least 10 situations, 10 relationships in the town. Not literally right now, but 10 people that I know they found out somebody was hitting their lady and they didn't move on. Now,
Okay, I know about that.
like when it came up, it was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is happening. Then you gonna have your argument, whatever. You doing that, but you didn't leave. Like, why do dudes?
All right.
Like, why do you know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of people like that too.
Why do these dudes pretend like? I don't want to blame it on a particular group of guys, so I'm gonna just try to stay as general as I can. But particularly in most situations, women literally, truly are your helpmate. So if she's helping you obtain everything that you have, you're not going anywhere. You're not finna leave her, bro. She helped you get your car. She helps you put gas in that car.
He's supposed to just walk away from his co-signer.
Man, like, bro, like it's, and this conversation isn't about the cheating. It's just like, why do dudes feel like why do so many men care about the narrative? Like, why can't you just be you and be like, you know what, my girl made a mistake? Because I'll put this shoe on the other foot. For me, it's the, hey man, you know what I'm saying? She did what changed about me? Like, nothing about me changed when she did what she did. Now, whatever it was, the reason, like, we can get to that, whatever, we can talk through that, we can have that conversation, we can have that argument, whatever it needs to be. But it's like, man, like, yep, nope, she still cooked dinner last night. I was hungry. Yep, you know what I'm saying? We still went out to the movies the week before. Let's say I know this happened, it was happening for 6 months. Yeah, no, nothing about us changed. She, you know what I'm saying? She's still to me. Now, granted, it varies, right? Because this conversation, it could be a tree and then it has branches, and it can go off in a million different directions. Who's taking care of who affords who, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing that. Bro, I don't want to say that you're going to keep making the same mistake with me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and I'm just going with it. I agree with it. But, bro, how come women aren't, how come women can't just make a bad decision? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to them. And again, it's not about cheating. I'm just laying the groundwork for what's wrong with these dudes that they feel like, oh, I'm so much of this that I can't take no girl. Like, if you knew what she was doing the week before you met her, now somebody might say, oh, that was before me. No, that was present. That was present. She still has those roots in that other situation. Like, why do dudes do that, bro? And this could be rhetorical. Y'all don't have to answer this. I just take issue with it because men don't tell the truth. And this is why I said I like to have conversations with men when they're honest. And this is going to go left. Somebody, whoa. But this is that whole, for $100 million, would you do X, Y, Z? All these dudes be like, no. Man, shut up. Oh, my integrity. You ain't got no integrity. Like, who are you? Oh, my character. Who are you? Who are you? Oh, well, I'm not going to make my family look bad. Bro, your family is down bad. You finna take that $100 and go put your family in a better situation. Like, bro, like, why do dudes feel like, and all of this is rhetorical, I guess, in a sense. But we as men have to stop acting like we just so removed from, I guess, emotion, feeling, compromise, just well thought out things. Like, how come we can't just, man, because when you get to that other relationship or that other situationship or that other, whatever your other thing is, that other thing ain't going to be what she was. And you're going to keep looking back like, damn, I should have stayed with that nigga. She do that one thing. I don't know. It's just me. Y'all can speak to it if y'all want.
I had to put my foot up for a second. Is this accountable dick?
No, bro. Y'all, you can speak to it if you want, bro. But I'm just, bro, like, come on, bro. Like not tough in the sense where I can beat up every man. I'm the strongest. I'm a blick everything down. But it's just like, bro, like, chill. Because a lot of these dudes, if they knew what they lady was doing for real, it would break you down like a cheap shotgun. And oh, do I know a lot? No, let me stop.
Like, what you know?
They finna get in my inbox. Hey, G, so you know something about my girl? Nah,
Hey,
except that one thing.
Hey, you know people go too far. Have you ever cheated on the dude and he stayed?
Yeah.
Look. You know what I'm saying? Smokey said, no, I'll stay before it became toxic. It became toxic with her. Let me go back. I'm sorry. It scrolled past. No, I've stayed before, and I became toxic for her. That mental vision don't go away. Does it really not, though? Like, and that's what I'm saying. And Smokey, I'm not accusing you of anything. But let's tell a story about this thing called time. Bro, time literally heals all wounds, bro. Literally. It's so crazy to the point, and this is, and I hate that you oohed at the point that you did because I don't want this statement to be taken as if I'm talking about. But this is what I hate about dudes. Like, you weren't there, you weren't in the room. Like, what type of man can't? This is what I hate. Like, you act like you can't move on. It happened, bro. Like, it's nothing you can do to change it. There is nothing that you can do to change it.
You know, I spoke to this before. That's the because we making it one thing, but I spoke to this one thing before, and I said the same thing. Like, oh no, I've been in a situation where, like, no, we could have fixed this if it would have went a certain way because I understood. I could put myself in your shoes and understand it. You know what I mean? But like Smokey said, like, yeah, I'm not locked in anymore, though. You know what I mean? Like, this is convenient now. I'm not locked in. Now, will I still do for you and protect you? Sure. But are we locked in? Am I faithful? No. I'm finna run these streets. You know what I mean? But I think
men lose at such a high rate. It's
you know
scary.
what? You know what I'll say?
It is so scary.
I think when a man isn't in demand, the likelihood of him staying is highly increased. But if I can go get her like this, I don't have to stay.
I mean, but
and I
even
don't have. It's like it's the.
and this is why I say again, I don't want this to feel like it's directed.
No, you're good.
But this is why I say there's a difference between a man and being a male. Because even when you're in demand, a certain woman is going to do for you in a way that another woman can't.
But see what happened. Go ahead.
Period.
Go ahead.
And so we'll get and this is why I was pissed off at Dr. Dre. Because he'll get to that, I got all of this money, I can do whatever I want. Yes, you can. And you can afford any woman you want, but it'll be so hollow and shallow that you'll never be fulfilled because that woman, those other women won't be able to do. This other woman might have got to you before you were in demand. And a lot of men aren't in demand early. Popular, yes. But in demand, no. Because as men, as we get older, our value increases. Women, depending on who they are, their value decreases. And if any of y'all want to argue that,
that's a fact.
get in my inbox and I'll tell you the difference. I don't want to take that from who I got it from because I want him to talk about it when he comes and sits in this podcast studio. But as we get older, maturity, our stuff goes up, and women, because of gravity and everything else and blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? They're start to come down. So when I'm saying, like, bro, like, when you start with a woman who was there when you had nothing, you appreciate her more because now you came up with me. So if you step out and do something outside of us, it's just like, well, what in my life changed? Nothing in my life changed. Like, I think that's where it goes, where men hold women, they put women on this pedestal. Because, oh, well, she's not the same. What changed about her? Oh, well, somebody else could have her. Well, somebody else is a bigger fish than you.
You know what's crazy to me? And, like, I might be by myself on an island on this. Like, if I'm really locked in with you and you cheat, there is no coming back. Because I put you on this pedestal.
Yeah.
I did not see this coming. The person that I was saying I could have fixed this with, man, I didn't expect nothing from you. So I can understand why you did it. We have a child. All right, well, let's see what's up. If we, you know what I mean, like, had things gone a certain way, I could entertain it. The situation, I mean.
Nope. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because I told her.
Yeah.
The situation I'm in now, if you did anything that I couldn't, where I was like, I don't see you the same, I'm done. I don't want to side chick you. I don't want to do nothing because I'm not playing with you. Like, it's a different energy. But when I'm just like doing something with somebody and they do something else, and I know that I'm halfway in, halfway out too, shoot, whatever. Yeah. It might annoy me or something. It might make me a little upset.
Yeah.
But I'm not here to stay anyway. So can I drag this out? Sure.
Yeah, that's what Smokey
I don't care.
saying. I think
But
King
if it's that
Musa
person
said the
that
same thing.
if it's that person that you really locked in with and you didn't see it coming, nah, bro. I don't even want to have a conversation for real. Like, okay, hey, bro, let me go ahead, get my little 2 pair of socks out of here. We done, bro.
Hey, man, you must have seen that video. Come get these damn socks out my shirt.
Nice.
Hey, Miss Camille, as the woman in the room, however it went, we're not asking about the situation. When he stayed, how did that look? Was it constant turmoil? Was it trauma in
It
there?
was definitely constant turmoil.
Okay.
It wasn't a good situation.
How did he find out? You can say no comment to this if you want.
I told him. It wasn't a secret.
You got a big dick.
Hey,
Hey, and you had a black eye.
Why didn't you tell him? You was done.
I wasn't. It was a tit for tat thing.
Okay.
He heard me, heard him back. He heard me, heard him back.
Okay.
That's how I was comfortable telling him. It wasn't me doing
Just
So
okay.
you
just-
found out something about him and then you told him
No,
about
he told me. We had a very open.
Y'all was open.
Yeah, not
Oh,
like
I'm not-
a
Not
over,
like-
but
yeah.
open as far as
Y'all were able
telling
to
the truth.
communicate. Yeah.
Do you think that was an effective conversation?
Yeah, no.
I would never do that. I would
Yeah.
never do that. If I cheated and I felt horrible about it and I'm driving home like, God dang,
Why did I do that?
There's no way in the world I'm going to tell her.
Yeah.
Because now I'm trying to get my conscience clear. I'm not telling you crap. I just won't do it again.
Taking
Right.
it to the grave.
And why?
I mean, ultimately, women do that. Take it to the grave.
You should.
Oh, we do.
Oh, we do.
She finna cheat later.
No.
Shit, I'm not telling shit else from now on. I was happy with that cheating ass nigga.
No.
Yeah, nah. I don't know, man. It's just for me. I'm not calling myself a real man. I just know that I'm not absolved from making a mistake. I know that. I know I'm not absolved from making a bad decision. I know that. So what makes me think just because I have this woman in my life or this girlfriend or my wife or whatever the case may be that she isn't? And I just feel like I just feel like men, like we take too much of a bravado situation when it comes to that. Oh, my ego won't let me. No, yes you can. Yes, you can.
I go 50-50 anyway. That's when I really start thinking like, no, you not just leaving like this.
Right.
You can't even afford to.
And that's what I said
You're not
initially.
just leaving like this.
That's what I said initially.
And that's why
Women
I said,
are
like,
truly a lot of these dudes' helpmates,
Yeah.
especially in the situation in which it was posted on Facebook. Bro, chill, bro. You ain't going nowhere, bro.
I didn't see the post.
Well, no,
but
and I'm not
I know
saying
most-
him.
yeah, I know
I'm
most-
just saying
most
the
men
demand
aren't just leaving
conversation.
like this.
Right. The demand conversation.
Even if like if we together and you cheat, you just come in the house, hey, then say, hey, look, boy, you know it was Friday. Like, dang, dude, you did this last Friday. No, I'm just playing. But if you come in and you tell me that you cheated, and I stand there and had a conversation with you back and forth, I didn't just leave.
No.
Because I'm trying to sort in my mind, is this too much for me to stay?
100%.
Exactly.
And once you start to put logic to it, then you really just be like, well, like I love
You're
her.
measuring now.
Yeah, like this ain't worth me losing. So when dudes just so readily answer, oh no, I'm leaving her and I ain't come. If you ask why, bro, you're not going nowhere. Why, babe? For you to tell me that? Oh, that's what you did? Oh, all right, well, bet. I got this little 10 bands. Yeah, so you got this rent by yourself, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I need you to take care of this. If not, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. You need to go because I can handle this.
I like that, King. Okay. King's last joint. Can you read that, please?
He says, well, if you can't just leave after she cheat, plan your exit strategy and stop sleeping with her. That makes sense,
I like
too.
it. And one thing that I always
That's
say,
super brave.
I never liked
I don't know if brave is the word I want to put there, but go ahead.
I never liked the little Karuchi girl because
Who was that?
she used to date Chris Brown.
Okay.
I don't like when a person, if I do you wrong all the time and you wait to get on your feet to leave me, that's weak.
Oh, okay.
I don't respect that.
This is what she did?
Yeah.
Oh.
In my opinion. Because you got on your feet where you got TV roles and you popping now.
Yeah.
And now you left.
Yeah.
Leave me as soon as I do it.
Right.
Or, like King said, if I cheat and this girl can't afford to leave and she told me just straight, like, look, let me stay here for 2 months. Let me get my money up so I can get out of here.
Yeah.
I can respect that more.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't be like, all right, we cool. And for 2 months you stacking up. And then I come home one day
And everything gone.
and everything gone. You've been cooking for the kids for 2 months. Ain't no food left. Like, bro.
We done went to
Hey, it's rough when
Disneyland.
they only cook for the kids, boy. You know the relationship over there. You come home, the house smell good, pot's empty. You like, God dang, she ain't playing with me for real.
She is not playing with me for
This ain't
real.
finna work.
She checked out. DP, what you got, man? What's been at the top of your mind, man?
Bro, so we was talking earlier.
Yes, we were.
And I don't remember how the conversation even came up. And
Yeah.
we started to ask the question, how much should your ideal man make a year?
What you
We
think, Miss
posed it to
Camille?
women. What's your ideal man's wage per year?
And it's so crazy because I was gonna post it, but I knew they were gonna tap dance once they read ideal. The ones who were smart enough, and no disrespect to anybody, but the ones who were smart enough to break the conversation down, because a lot of women said, ideally, I would like this, but I would settle for this. But that was a tough question for me, man. What you think, Miss Camille? What's your...
That is a tough question.
And I like what Smokey had to say too. Smokey jumped in there and he got out. He was like, if you go into it with a set number, and I don't think that's not the, but
Finish
that's
what he said. What'd he say?
like, if you go in with a set number, then is it real?
I disagree with him, but keep going.
Well, no, that's just pretty much it. Well, go ahead.
What was your number?
Well, before she spit the number out, let me just go ahead, spit the number out, because
No, go
it can
ahead.
go either way. Because it's like you're not saying, I'm not saying, okay, well, when I meet my woman, she has to be making $70,000 a year, or that's it. That's the deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we were saying. Yes, it sounds good for all of the other conversation and comments that you want to make, but nobody's really doing that for real. It was a baseline question that we wanted a baseline answer, but we kind of knew the answers we were going to get. Not from whom, but we kind of knew where that was going to go. So what's your ideal number?
You know what? This is a good question because I never really thought of that before.
And that is the perfect answer. That's the perfect answer. That is the 100% perfect answer. That's what I was looking for
But watch this though.
in your comments.
But you know the number when you hear it, don't you?
No, I don't.
You
So
don't,
if I
because she's
said-
not looking for it.
If I said, man, yeah, you know, we go have dinner, you have a good time, we on the second date, and I'm like, you like so, and you know what I do or whatever. I'm like, yeah, you know, right now I make like $28,000 a year. Are you gonna be like, all right, yes.
Not necessarily.
So, and I wish her camera would have been close up on her so they could have seen her facial expression, because I loved it. It was a look of confusion. It was a look of confusion, because if I meet a woman and she tell me she makes $28,000 a year, $30,000 a year, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's not, what I would expect, but let me see
That's
how
not
you
her role,
live.
though. And that's why we posed it to women, because the man's
Well,
role,
no, vice
even
versa.
though you don't believe in,
What I'm saying, vice versa, the look on her face, like, okay, let me
But
see
she
how he
measuring.
live. Yeah,
she's
let me see.
using her measuring cup.
Let me see how he live. Because if he's able to, and obviously it's a ploy,
She gonna
Miss
laugh at my
Lloyd.
28 grand.
28,000.
I'm trying. First
You
of
know
all,
what I'm saying? That's not a real number. But if he's maintaining, excuse me, I just did it again. If he's able to maintain off of $28,000 a year, maybe the home that he lives in ain't in the worst neighborhood. Maybe he's budgeted his money to where his house looks nice. He has not the most expensive, but a reputable car. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he talks as he chooses. He goes on a vacation every year. Can you really scoff at $28,000? Now, again, like
but
Miss
can
Lloyd
he
said,
afford her?
$28,000 in 2013 and 2023. That's a bit of a stretch. So let's double that. Let's call it 56. You know what I'm saying? 56. If he says I make $56,000 a year, what do you say?
It's more so the financial behavior with it. It's not
Come on.
really the amount.
Come on.
It really
Come on.
not, because I know people that make buku money and have nothing to show for it.
I know a lot of them too.
That's
Gamble,
me.
do everything else
That's
with
me.
it. So it's really about the behavior, because in my past I've dated somebody that didn't make a whole lot of money, but credit A1, bills never late, just
Yeah.
taught me a lot of stuff. I wasn't understanding it back then because I was looking at this number, but very smart when it came to finances.
Yeah.
So even if somebody's not making a whole lot, but they know how to move their money,
Yeah.
that person's making way more than that now.
Mm.
But it's just more so, what are your behaviors with this? Because it really don't matter what you're making if you don't have nothing, or you can't save, or you can't budget, or you making bad financial choices.
I like it. That's super clean. Miss Lloyd jumped in and she said, I do not have a number, but the number has to be enough to take care of both of us, because I'm bringing something to the table, or at least have some idea on how to make some more income. This is where, again, I say this all the time, I hate the word situational, but this is where it becomes situational, and I disagree with what she just said.
I do too.
Because if 56 is comfortable in my lifestyle, I can care less than what you think I should be making, because I can make it move the way that I want to move it when I need to. And it's just that simple. Maybe I'm making 56 and I'm saving 18 a year. And I don't know how you can do that in this day and age, but if you can pull that off, then you can come and go as you please. And who can tell you that what you're doing is wrong? Everybody doesn't desire to have several streams of income. You know what I'm saying? And again, my disagreeing isn't saying what she said was wrong. It's just Hey, I don't desire a $400,000 home. I don't desire a $80,000 car. I don't desire for my woman to walk around in designer every day. I don't desire for us to take 2 or 3 trips a year. That's just my idea of my comfort. And that's what I was looking for in the comments section, for someone to say it all depends on them and how they make the money work. Shout out to my wife. She's real big on that budgeting thing. She's trying to get me under control. Week in and week out, I just want to buy Jordans. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to get it together. I am not living my life right, Lord knows. But we're gonna figure this thing out. Go ahead, DP.
I'm gonna pose a question. So, like, with the men you've dated, have they typically been in the same wage range?
No, all different.
Like, okay. Shoot, I should have asked you at the beginning of the show. Because you know that question I just wanted to ask her, right? I should have asked at the beginning of the show. Oh, that's little bro.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I can look at, like, when I posed the question, I was looking at who was responding with what.
Yeah, I already knew it because that was a conversation we had.
I wanted to see who was on point and who wasn't. Like, who was realistic and who wasn't. So if you were a woman who, no disrespect, because I'm not singling anybody out at this point, but if you had, no, I wasn't, for real, because I'm making something up that wasn't on there just so I can do it.
Right.
So if you had 4 kids by 5 dudes, I don't think you need to be talking about your man need to make 145.
Yeah.
That's
because you don't even know what that looks like.
It's unrealistic.
But that's why I was like, bro, to use the word ideal, it definitely moves the goalposts, because now you can fit in there any number that you want. But even the ones who are up, oh, here we go. Even the ones who are up, you have to look a certain way to land a man who's making $250,000 a year. Facts. I don't give a how much money you make. If you 240 pounds, you bet not dare talk about a man better be making 300. Now y'all can get on me this Me Too bullshit. I got time. Let's go. Because like I said, like we said in the beginning of this, you have to look a certain way, bro. You can't come in here, you know what I'm saying, body all crazy. This is where having that natural Coke body, beautiful look, educated, this is where I now get to choose what you look like and how you speak to me. Because if I'm making 250, I choose what I want. Dr. Dre, you don't get to choose who you get. You get chosen, which you already getting chosen anyway. But when you put the word ideal in there, it kind of makes it fit for everybody to say, I want this way, I want that way. You talking about I want a man that's making 6 figures a year. Man, stop.
And it was bothering me because
your waistline is double digits. Stop playing. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But that's where that comes into play, and it has to make sense. What was bothering me
was you would have people on there saying a number, and their current partner doesn't make that number.
Don't fit that number.
Like, so wait a minute. Are you saying that when you can run across this number, you would leave? Or...
And when I saw you say that, oh no, I think you said it to me earlier. You didn't put it on the post. I was like, ooh, shit, he finna start out.
But I wouldn't do that,
I thought you was going to put it on the post.
Because I wanted them to put their answers down, and then I was hoping that they would watch the podcast and realize, like, hey, you know what? Maybe I am being unrealistic right now. Maybe this 150 that I'm looking for isn't coming. So I have to start reevaluating what fits for my life, because I'm not a 150 type of person. Or because like she got flued out that one time and got the bag.
Yeah.
You might have had your 150 before, but your everyday guy
is average.
A 150.
He's not a 150. The Real jumped in and said Zuckerberg wife ain't on the crumb. You right, but he chose her.
Fact.
Him being Zuckerberg, he chose. Look at all of the stuff. Look at all the stuff. Every song, Jeezy, I want a chick with a fat ass, a slim waist, and big. Look at his wife.
She look good though.
That's not what I'm saying. Oh, okay. He got to choose what he wanted because he was the figure man. So that's again real. That's going to, you know what I'm saying, the point that I'm trying to make. 6 figures is needed in this economy. Again, we're not playing the economy game. We're talking about what your guy, because 6 figures isn't needed in this economy. Not by no stretch of the imagination.
Look at my finna send them off.
When you living beyond your means, 6 figures is a need in this economy. But if you know how to play with that money right, 55, 65 can do it. And how do you know, DA? Because I'm that guy.
That Mayette statement is so dangerous to me.
It's super dangerous.
I think that's so dangerous.
Which one, the first one or to make your own money, ladies? Make your own money, ladies. Don't let no man put a cap on your lifestyle because you don't fit their criteria.
Man, make your own money. You're going to be rich with cats.
Rich with cats?
You don't look like Mayette, bro.
But going back.
Like, you don't look like this lady on the couch with me. Like, you can't send these people off who's not going to get that guy,
bro. But that's not the point. Going back to what I said, it's okay to make your own money. But stop Mayette saying go make your own money because these men don't want to do anything for you. If you don't fit in the I will do anything for you category, and this is where Miss Ebony, I like that you're here because you can have all the body you want. What's between your ears now? Because, okay, I'm attracted to your body and I want to have sex with your body. If I can't bounce a thought off you, go make all the 6 figures you want, you dumb. And I'm not calling you dumb, Mayette. That's not what I'm saying. But this is where now you have to go make your own money. This is where you now have to go make your own money. Because like bruh said, you will be rich with cats. Because you're going to be sitting around, walking around telling, oh, okay, this man's 6'3", body of a god, handsome, beautiful skin, takes care of himself, but he make 45,000. Oh, no, you don't fit. You don't fit. Oh, no, you need to be making 6 figures. And he's going to treat you better than dude who making $160. Mm-hmm. You know, he's really going to truly care for you. So this is where, Mayette, your statements pigeonhole a lot of women, and you got me looking at you a little bit different, sis.
Not to me, though, because the look of her can get the guy that she's talking about.
Right, but missing
she's
it.
Saying it like it's broad for every woman, and that's when it gets dangerous.
But it's still dangerous on both fronts, bro. Because if the dude who checking them 6 figures, now it's like, what's to you? So what she should be saying is go get your own money, but have this between your ears to match.
If you got
your
own
bank
money,
account,
something is here.
Well, but not always.
Who you know that made money?
What you mean, Duty Low, baby mama?
Who?
A rapper, exactly. She's a millionaire, got more money than 10 people that you know,
so
and ain't got nothing. She shake her ass, ain't got nothing between her ears.
She a stripper?
It don't matter. She shake her ass. What does it matter?
No,
what does it matter?
I'm asking you.
I don't know what her job is.
Because she built something to get paid.
But bro, that ain't got nothing to do.
What did she do?
She shakes her ass.
Is she a stripper?
You.
That's what I'm asking.
If she a stripper, if she a OnlyFans dancer, huh?
What rapper are you talking about?
Duty Low. He from Kankakee.
Okay.
He was dealing with a girl.
Okay.
2020 took off. OnlyFans came. She started shaking her ass on OnlyFans, showing her body.
There we go. Okay, so I want to know where she got
but regardless, bro, it don't take no brains to do that.
No. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So again, and now watch this, because here's the brains behind the idea. It don't go right for them. They break up. Now he's on the rise. His money is running, going crazy. She accuses this man of touching on her son or whatever, like sexually abusing her son or whatever. And now he just hit her with a defamation of character suit. Let me get all that money you just made on OnlyFans. You was shaking your ass and playing with yourself for nothing. Now let me get that, because I paid them damn lawyer fees. I need that.
She said, does that mean she's not intelligent?
And I mean, you know what I'm saying? That 100% means she's not intelligent.
Oh.
That 100%, bro. 100%. What are we talking about? Because you going, for you to go
make the stripper. So the OnlyFans girl who got rich off OnlyFans, does that mean that she's not intelligent because she's a stripper?
No, but look at the mistake that she made.
You're saying that the mistake means she's not intelligent.
Bro, first of all, let's call a spade, bro. Hoeing is hoeing.
All right.
I don't care if you're intelligent or not. You will be looked at differently.
All right.
You will be looked at differently. So if she's trying to prove the point of, well, she's up here, she'll still get a man, no, she won't get cuffed.
Okay, yeah, no, you're not getting the
you won't.
Guy.
Yeah, you won't.
Whoa, well, he'll be an entertainer or something. If anything,
but it won't last. It won't go far. It won't be. Well, we had this argument. Well, who says that all women want to get married? I don't want to go through that again. Yeah, but I would like to believe that that's the one. You know what I'm saying? But again, we not judging, but again, who's marrying the OnlyFans? Exactly. Because the world has seen you. That's like you getting joints smacked on your face. You know what I'm saying? In the videos on the, I'm not finna cuff you. We go somewhere and dude be like, oh yeah, I just watched you last night.
It worked
girl.
for Kim though.
Facts.
Did it though?
Yes.
Yes,
In what regard?
Bro, it's a whole bunch of people who will cuff her.
definitely.
Facts.
Definitely.
Facts, bro.
And it ends in happily ever after?
Well, shoot.
What is your idea of happy? It's a forever ongoing conversation.
Money-wise, it worked for her.
Well, we talking about, because we not saying that you can't get to the bag.
Yeah.
We
And
saying
I'm not
can you get to the happiness.
and technically, hold on. If we being real, it didn't work for Kim because that was a personal thing. She wasn't doing it for multiple people.
Ray J said they shot that like a production.
I
Yeah.
mean, come
I
on.
believe it too.
I
I
believe
believe
it.
that.
I mean, look at Ray J though. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm
she
sorry.
took
He
off
rich
further
too.
than him. Too.
But technically he not though. He's not rich, bro. Not like her.
Well, no, he not her.
But
kinda
that
rich,
but what I'm saying is you can say we did this for that. You don't know that that's going to go that way. Cuz it's a lot of strippers who don't make it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say I did this and I knew. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James knew if they got in the gym that would make them better and it could further their careers. You can't say that you knew sucking some stick was going to get you on.
but you knew you were selling it. You
Yes.
sold
But
the
I mean,
product.
I mean, they did
again,
get money
but you
for
didn't
it.
know. So that to me, still, I get what y'all saying, and it makes perfect sense. Not taking anything away from it. It does make sense what you're saying, but that wasn't a guarantee. That wasn't a, I just developed this bag, these shoes, this shirt. Now later on, she did it. You know what I'm saying? And she used that celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But Ray J was hot at the time, so maybe. Or, you know, it wasn't I Hit It First. What was the song he had with Lil Kim? You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
The one with Lil Kim. So, I mean, he was, and then he was on Moesha, I think. Was that around that time? I don't know. But whatever. But I don't even know now. It's got so far gone.
My head said cap.
But I guess my question I want to pose, because we always talk about the men and their standard when they're making this type of money. Do you think women will lower their standards if the shoe was on the other foot and they were making the six figures and they're looking for a certain type of man?
Women never lower their standards.
I
And
believe
nothing
so.
is absolute. Nothing is absolute. But per capita, no. No. Everybody not Fantasia. Outside of Fantasia, and I mean,
Nicki
what?
Nicki Minaj. To me, love her, but that's not measuring up.
What, Meek?
Did he have money?
We ain't talking about me.
she's
We talking about her
that guy that she married
husband.
now.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know she was married.
I think
She do got a boyfriend. Ain't he like a dope boy or something like
No,
that?
that's her husband.
Or a producer? I'm saying, what does he do?
Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
I think women lower their standard, but it happens early. And then their value depreciates, and now you're with a guy that you feel like you can do better than. Want me to run it back?
No. I'm just thinking of when women do lower their standards.
And then like when you have a woman who makes like the women who make like 250, like that's in the corporate America, 150 or whatever,
Yeah.
they struggle to date. Dating is hard for them. It's harder for them.
Somebody said he's a rapist.
Yeah,
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
allegedly. I don't
Allegedly.
That's
Don't quote
wait a
me.
minute. That's
Yeah.
totally lowering her standards.
Yeah.
She went and got a jailmate.
Yeah, he fought some cases. But it's tougher when women have money because it's already slim pickings for women.
Yeah.
And then when you add something like you make more than most men, now it's really tough for you because most men
True.
can't handle a woman who makes more than them.
True.
And I don't know if that's a weakness inside of a man.
Oh,
I'm
because
guilty.
Drake said your girl's tour is your world tour. So yeah, he
I'm
got on that
guilty of
beat.
this. I don't want to date a woman who makes more money than me. Not if we're not on the same. If I make 80 grand
Mhm.
and she makes 400,000, we don't live the same life. Like,
Yeah.
this is not gonna work. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're not going. I don't want to do this. But if I make,
But I mean, what if
I
you're
make
comfortable
300
in that
and she makes
80?
4, then we're good. It's two different lifestyles. Our lifestyles are way too different. 400 is way more than 80.
No doubt.
She's doing stuff I can't do. And I don't want you to from what I've seen, like I was built by a woman. I say this all the time. Like a woman put me on my feet. I didn't have crap. That lady built my credit, you know, put me on a budget, got me together. And then just like it always happens, I dipped. Got on my feet and dipped.
Was it a white girl?
Heck no.
What it say when you
I
get
keep
on,
it
he
real.
leave your ass for a white girl.
Yeah,
Man,
no,
that's
I
what
keep
Ye
it real.
said.
And I might cheat. She gonna be black. No, I'm just playing. But like, once you do that, like if you build a man up, it's gonna go bad. I promise you. So it's not a win-win for them.
Pine, stop trying to build me up. I like having you around. You're kind of cute sometimes.
Like that church stuff. Like I'm not no big church guy.
Yeah.
But like you have to be evenly yoked, or like I believe in gender roles. Like the man has to be the provider, and you know the woman is kind of like the
Barefoot and pregnant?
no, she's not barefoot and pregnant, but she's
This is why we disagree on gender
she's
roles.
the love in the relationship. Like
Yeah.
it don't. I don't think a relationship works when the woman is the provider because she's gonna start momming you after a while. How long can I take care of you before I feel like I'm your person?
Before I feel like I
a
take
man
care of
is
you.
the head because his word is the final say so.
Yeah.
So at what point? Because like, man, we all ran a woman before. I just told you that somebody built me. So
Yeah.
she's still making me feel like I run this situation, even though at any time she could say, "Hey, bro, you can get out."
Yeah.
That was definitely her house. That was her house. Those was her cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm picking up money at her spots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm doing what she told me to do.
Yeah.
I can do that because I can't take care of myself, so it's easier for me to listen to her.
Right.
Once I'm up 80, I can take care of myself now. So it's harder for me to listen to somebody who's up 400.
Okay.
I don't want to. You're not finna
I
run
see
me.
it. It's clean. It's clean.
I'm just playing. I need some help, girl. Please come
Man,
through with that 400.
listen. Come through with
Tired
that
of
phone.
struggling, man. I got all these kids. Please.
Don't get me started. Hey, Miss Camille, I'm grateful to you. You slid. You held your own.
Certainly.
You ain't let us bully you. I was trying. Her favorite color is green. I
It
peeped
really
that.
is.
Like, I peeped.
Those who know me know.
Like, that's wild. It's crazy. Hey, so either way, man, DP, it was a good conversation, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I love coming out.
Miss Ebony, whenever you decide to drop out the sky in the airplane and you ever want to come sit your little in on the couch, we put some couple phone books for you next time, get you together because you're outside of the range of the camera. I definitely appreciate you coming through. You held your own. You had good conversation. You was smiling the whole time. You kept agreeing with Dennis. I didn't really like that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like.
You told me
when-
I was wrong 38 times tonight.
She definitely did.
I did not.
But at least she didn't threaten you. You know, last week you kept getting threatened, get punched on and all that. It was crazy.
Told me she was gonna fight me a couple different times.
Yeah, man, we got another Brandon in the room. Pimping is the oldest profession in the world. We gonna
Miami was
leave
gonna jump on me. That I'm gonna get beat up in here one day.
one of these days, bro. You be pushing the wrong buttons when you're dealing with these women. This is why I let you sit over there with them, and I put a desk between us. Go ahead, jump your ass over here and meet this 40 if you want to. Either way, man, I appreciate y'all rocking, man. We had another great guest in the building, man, and Miss Ebony Camille. We appreciate you coming through, holding your own. You are more than welcome back anytime you see fit. For everybody who was here, if you didn't press the share button, I'm calling your mama, and we're revoking your move back home license. How about that? From here on out, man, it's your boy DA, it's DP, and Miss Camille, man. We gone.